Hi everybody, today what I want to show you how to do is create beautiful dog tag jewelry using SHINEON and TEEINBLUE print on demand product personalizer in your Shopify store. So this is what I have set up for today. I did this earlier just as a test run. I've been playing around a lot with personalization in Shopify through TEEINBLUE app, and I really have to say I really love it. I use it quite a bit and I've had great success with it. I've made a lot of sales on Christmas ornaments and whatnot in the past few years, and I want to branch out. I've played around with the SHINEON jewelry for quite a while now and haven't really got that serious with it, but I see the results other people are having with it and I want to get right into it. So I'm learning how to do it. I want to become expert at it and I want to take you with me on the way. So if you want to follow along, I'll show you how I set this up. So first thing you need is a Shopify store, obviously. You need to have the TEEINBLUE app set up on your Shopify store, which I do. And you also need to have the SHINEON print on demand app set up on your Shopify store. So I'm just going to go straight into the SHINEON print on demand app. I'm already logged in there. So I've been looking through the products and I've decided that I wanted to play around with the dog tags. So the print file for the dog tag necklaces and the keychains are exactly the same. So you can set up one product and have 4 different options. You can have the gold or silver key tag. You can have the gold or silver necklace, and it all uses the same design file. So we're going to go and set that up. Let's just get our products here, just so that we can get some pricing information, because that you need to know that when you set it up. So accessories, keychains. So this is the product that we want to use. So I'm just going to click in here. It shows you the price. Mine is showing in Canadian dollars because I'm in Canada. These also come with engraving, but I don't know how to set that up on TEEINBLUE. I don't know if you can or not, so I'm not going to include that option in my product. So the dog tag with the swivel keychain in steel, my price is $14.81, and the gold version is $22.09. So they're showing the recommended prices here as $39.61 and $59.45. I'm going to mark that down. I'm going to say $38.99 and $58.99. Actually, I'm going to go a little lower than that. I think that's a bit steep. I know your shipping has to go factored in there. Let's just see if we can figure out where the shipping cost is here. Let's see. Dashboard. SHINEON has some really beautiful new things, so I want to get into all that. I'm trying to come up with a niche for my own products that will sell well and that I can do nice designs for. I do all my design work in Photoshop. Let's see. Help. Let's go into help and we'll find out how much shipping is. If you're in the United States, your prices will come up as US dollars. Let's just see. Let's type in shipping. Shipping. Shipping timescales and info. The price. Okay, shipping rates here. The base rate for shipping to Canada is $7.95. So say $8. I'll add $8 to each of these products. $8. I charge a $5 flat rate shipping for all the items on my store. So really, it's only $3 going into the cost of the product for shipping. Let's see. So if they order 2 items, they'll be charged $7.95 plus $3.95 for each additional item. So the more items that they can get into one order, the better. Okay. So $7.95. So say $8 per item is the shipping cost to Canada. My primary market is in Canada, so we'll go with that. So I'm just going to go back here, back into products, accessories. I just want to double check these prices again. Okay, so Canadian, I said $38.99. That's for the keychain, the steel, and $58.99 for the gold. I'm going to take $5 more off of that. So, let's see. I'll take $4 off of it. $34.99 for the gold, silver key tag, and $54.99 for the gold one. Okay, we're going to do the same now for the necklaces. Getting this set up is about the trickiest part to it. Once it's set up, the design work and creating your product is really pretty simple. So let's go in here. You can ignore all this stuff. We just want to get the pricing. The military chain with the silver is $14.94, and military chain with the gold is $22.22. They got these priced really steeply. I don't think I should have them that high. For the necklace, I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to go $44.99 because that's still quite a profit. You add $8 onto this, that's $22. $44.99. You're making $22 off a necklace. That's really good profit. $44.99 and say $20 more for the gold version. So that would be $64.99. So $64.99, 8 onto that is $30. That's like $35, almost $35 profit for the necklace in the gold version. That's great. Okay, so we're done here in the SHINEON app. Now we're going to go into our TEEINBLUE app. So I'm here in my Shopify store. I'm going to go apps, TEEINBLUE product personalizer. So the first step in setting up any personalized product is that you have to set up a product base. I already have these product bases set up, but I'm going to show you how I did them. I'm just going to delete these for now. I didn't publish any products yet. Remove. Oh, it's not going to let me. I already have a product with it. So we'll just create some new ones. So you want to start by hitting import product. And we're doing SHINEON product. So you need to go to SHINEON. Now it's loading the catalog. So there's four different products that we need to import for this one product that we're setting up, because it's going to be 4 different variants that they can choose from. So the first one is this military chain, silver, import. Dogtag with swivel keychain, import. And that's into silver or steel. And we want the military chain gold. And the Dogtag with swivel keychain in gold as well. So they'll just import. We can actually close this out. If you haven't already set up SHINEON, there's some API work that you need to do. It looks pretty intimidating, but it's very simple. If anybody wants to reach out to me and in the comments, I'd be happy to show you how to do it. I'd love to do a video showing you how to set that up. So you see these have all imported. This one is imported as well, but it just hasn't imported the mock-up yet. So what we need to do is we need to start with these one by one. We'll start with the military chain in silver. We don't have a description as of yet. You can add a description in here, or you can add it to your product page once you get it published. Sometimes the more generic information about the product is best put in here, and then you can update it in the product description, such as the aspect of the volunteer firefighter style of this keychain. Okay, so if you scroll down, you have your variant. So it shows you the SKU number. Don't ever change the SKU number on a product that you import, because that's what tells the print provider which product you want printed along with your design that you send them. So this is showing us the base cost of this is $11.30. My base cost in Canadian dollars, it was showing me as $14.81. And I said that I was going to set this up as $34.99. And I'm going to put a compared price as, let's see, $44.99. That way when you publish your product, it's going to show it as $10 off. That might be a little bit of an incentive for somebody to buy it. Okay, so that one's done. The print area is showing here 2574 by 1500. And that's what we have our artwork set up as. I'm going to show you how I did that artwork in just a little bit here. And this is our mock-up. We can choose to add our print area to our mock-up now, so that when they load the product, it shows with our design in there, and it also shows with the options that they can update. But I prefer to do that in the product itself. So we'll just leave that as is. So now you go back to product. Oh, don't forget to hit save after you update your pricing. So we're going to go in and update the pricing in all 4 of those there now. So I did this one already. Dogtag with swivel keychain in the steel version is, that's also shown as $11.20. We said we would set that up as, let's see, oh, that's the key tag. I think I might have put the wrong price in there in the first one, the necklace. Okay, so price for the keychain I said was going to be set to $34.99. Compare price $44.99. Okay, so we're going to hit save here. Okay, so I want to go back in here in products and look at this. I think I mispriced this one. Yeah, I put it in as the key tag price. So I said $44.99 for the silver necklace. And we're saying the compared price is $54.99, and that way it looks like there's a $10 discount. Okay, we'll save that. You see up here in the right hand corner, it tells you that your product has been created or saved. So when we go back to products, I have 2 updated. Military chain gold. You can call this whatever you like in here in your product base. It doesn't really matter because the customer never ever sees that. It's totally up to yourself if you update that or not. Whatever's easy for you. When you go to search that, it might be easier if you gave it a specific name. So this one was the gold necklace. The price I set for that was $64.99. Compare price $74.99. It's important that you do give it a description because these things are overlaid with 18 karat gold. You want to give it so much description as you can so that people can see what it's made of, some of the product specifications. We can go in afterwards and update that. I just want to get straight into the designing. So that one is done. Did I save it? Okay, it's saying success, your product has been created. Back to products, and now we're going to do Dogtag with swivel keychain. And that's in the gold. The price I had set for that was $54.99. Seems like a lot of money for a keychain, but if it's so personalized and so specifically created for that particular person, it's well worth it. The personalized products sell really, really well. Okay, our compare price $64.99. Okay, so that's our product set up for now. So the next thing we need to do is our artwork. So I'm going to go into the artwork. I've already set this up. I'm just going to go in and show you what I have done here. But I need to fix it because when this is applied to the keychain, this is kind of too low and this is kind of too high. So I'm going to delete that. Actually, I'm not going to delete it because I'd like to have it for a reference, but I'm going to go in and Photoshop. You can do it in Canva or wherever you want. As long as you have a PNG file that you can start with, or you can have a PSD file. It comes up in layers. Any effects that you apply to the PSD file in Photoshop will not show up. They will be null and void when they come in here. So let's just the print area on this is 1500 by 2754. Okay, I want to go back in here. Cancel. I want to go back into the product base and see exactly what the print area is for this. 2754. Okay. Alright, so these mock-ups that are imported from SHINEON are already set up with a print area and an overlay to make them look real good. I got used to setting up my own, and it was a little tricky to learn at first, but I've got through it and I'm quite familiar with how to set these up now. But that's the good thing about these, they're already set up for you. So I'm going to go back into my artwork. I'm going to create a new artwork. I'm going to call it Volunteer Firefighter Dogtag. And for the category, I think I have Dogtag already in here. Yep. If you don't have it in there, you can click on New Category and just type something in here, whatever you want your category to be, and hit Create. Okay. Dogtag. So we already have a product set up for this. So what we can do is we can import the print area size. So the print area size for the product Dogtag, they're all the same. We'll just choose the first one. So the size is 1500 by 2754. That's your print area, and that's much bigger than it actually needs to be, but it'll be much higher resolution. I think that up to after 300, I don't think it really matters much. Smaller items should be printed with 300 dpi. Larger items like shirts and blankets and whatnot, 150 is fine, because you don't expect the same kind of detail in a larger item as you do in a little tiny item like this. So we're going to choose this print area, 1500 by 2754. So we'll hit select and save. And now that saves the shape of this to the graphic file that we need to put on these dog tags. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to write down those dimensions because I have to take this into Photoshop now and design a background layer. 1500 wide by 2754. Okay, so I have Photoshop already open here. I'm going to create a new file here. 1500 by 2754. And if you have the pixels, it doesn't really matter what you put in here for resolution. It's just how it's displayed on the computer. I'm going to set it up as 300 anyway. And hit create. So that's our blank canvas for our dog tag. So I want it to have a black background. So I'm just going to go in here and grab my black. I'm not sure if you're familiar with use of Photoshop. If you use Canva or whatever graphic program you use, same principles. Does it in layers, transparency on PNG files and whatnot. So say OK. I'm going to hit G to bring up my paint bucket tool and fill that in full of black. Okay. So now we need the firefighter logo. So to get the firefighter logo, I subscribe to a site called VECTEEZY, and that's where I go to get all my vector files. So VECTEEZY is right here, and it's just VECTEEZY.com. There's a free version. You can get quite a few graphics for free. If you prefer to pay for the subscription, you can get a substantially larger amount of graphics for free. It's about $14 per month. I have a link to that in the description below, and you can browse away there all day, and it opens it up as both vector and flat files. So if you're not into Illustrator, you can just choose the JPEG or PNG file that comes with it. If you are into vector files in Illustrator, you can go in there and you can modify. You can modify colors, you can change the shapes, you can do just about anything in Illustrator. I love the Adobe products, and that's pretty much all I use. I've tried to learn Canva. I learned it okay, but it's limited in what it can do compared to the Photoshop. Okay. So we're going to search for fire department. You can already see that I have it here. I've already downloaded it and I've already used it. I'm going to just put it in again so you can see the amount of variety that you get. So this is all fire department logos. Quite an extensive range here. These are cute here. There's a duck as a firefighter. If you wanted to do a funny design, you could use something like that. This one got several that you could choose from. So if you want to do something a little different on your dog tag, you could choose one of these and go from there. You can pick colors from it and make it your own. Let's just go back here. Okay, I'm just going to go down here. I'm just going to click on this. This is the one that I used. It's really very nice. Click download now. I'm not going to download it again because I already have it downloaded. So I'm just going to go back into my Photoshop here. Actually into my unzip tool here. I didn't unzip it, I just opened it and I clicked on the one that I wanted. I had Illustrator open earlier, and that's the one that I used to grab the file and put it into Photoshop, but I don't have Illustrator open right now, so I'm just going to use the JPEG. Hopefully it comes out okay. You're just going to double click on it, and if it's not the quality I want, I'll have to open it in Illustrator. And oh, it looks lovely. So right now it's set as a background because this layer is locked, so it's a background layer. We're going to unlock it. I'm going to grab my magic wand tool here, and I'm going to get rid of all this outside white. So I have it set up as a tolerance of 30. Contiguous is checked, so that means it'll only go until it hits the next color. It won't grab any white from inside here, which is what I want. I don't want it to do that. So I'm just going to hit delete. Do the same over here. Delete. There's a little bit. No, that's the. Yeah. Take that out too. That doesn't belong there. Take that out. Take this one out. See, none of that white shows up when you open it in Illustrator. So we're just going to click in here, delete, and delete. Okay, so hit Control D to deselect. Now you're going to hit Control A to select the whole thing. Shift Control C and go back to your design file. You're going to hit Control V and you're going to scale it down. So hit Control T to transform, and then just let's see, our little aspect ratio button's not checked here. I'm going to hit that, and that way it'll stay the same dimensions, same proportions. We'll drag that down. This one might be a little different than the one that I had done earlier, but that's okay. I'm just going to be careful to keep most of the main information down a little bit further from the top and up a little bit further from the bottom, so that it doesn't get cut off on the angles of the dog tag. Okay, so I think that's wide enough. I can make, if I make it wider, it's going to make it higher. Let's try it here and just drag it over until you get the pink line showing you that it's centered. Okay, hit enter. Okay, so I also want to have a little bar across the bottom here where the firefighter's name can go in. So I'm just going to get my marquee tool here. You can do that by clicking on it or just hitting the M on your keyboard. So I'm going to drag out a little rectangle. That's up too high, I think. No, it should be good. I'm going to click on this layer and I'm going to hit Control-Shift-N to create a new layer. Now, I previously went in and found the hex code for the color I want for the background of this little bar as well as text. and it is one of the colors in here. I zoomed it right out in Illustrator and grabbed the hex code for the color. And the hex code for the color is ECC87A. So I'm going to get my fill tool again, which I could have done just by hitting the letter G on my keyboard. And I am going to go in here and I'm going to type in that hex code to make sure I get the right color. ECC87A. So it's kind of a gold color. It was plucked right out of here somewhere. Say OK. And now I'll just fill that in. So deselect. It is up a little bit too high. So I'm going to hit Control T and just hit my down arrow and move it down a slight little bit. Okay, that's good there. And that's all you need on this. The rest is going to be added in the TEEINBLUE app. Okay, so I'm going to say File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. I just save stuff to my desktop and I'll delete it later. I got hundreds of things on there that I say I'm going to delete it later, but I never do. Until my computer gets clogged up and then, oh well, then I gotta delete some stuff. So we're gonna call this FD background. Just call it something unique so that you'll remember it when you go to haul it up in TEEINBLUE. So we're gonna hit save, and that's saving it as a PNG file. That's my go-to format. I like PNG format. I find it comes out really good. There's not a lot of artifacts or stuff on it when you go to send it to the print-on-demand supplier or when you print it yourself. Alrighty, so now we go back into our TEEINBLUE. Where are we? TEEINBLUE up here. So now we're going to import that image. We're in our artwork right now, so we're going to bring in the artwork. These are ones I uploaded previously. Okay, so I saved it to the desktop and I called it FD background. So here it is. So when you import graphics into TEEINBLUE, it'll load it up for you and then it'll tell you your file is uploaded. We're generating file preview. Reload after a few minutes. A little tiny file like that doesn't take very long. Reload and there it is. So now you just click select. Okay. So the next layers that we're going to add onto this are all text layers. Some of them are editable by the customer on the TEEINBLUE app. On the Shopify product page, and some of them are not. So the first one we're going to add is text. So when you hit a text layer, it comes up here in the middle in little tiny black font. So first thing we want to do is change that. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's make it a 100 size right now. Let's make it 500. That's way too big. Let's make it 250. Okay, that'll do for now. We're also going to change the color of it. There's a little icon here with a color underneath with an A there. So you just click on that. In here is a place you can type in a hex code. So we're going to type in the hex code ECC87A. So see, it changes the text, changes the color. Okay, so you click off of that. Now we're going to just click on here and drag that up. So the weight of this font now is regular. We want a nice bulky font. We can go in and get some custom fonts that we've already uploaded here, or we can go into Google Fonts. We can click Explore All Google Fonts. So you can pick any of these that you want. But once you find the ones that you find that work good, you kind of stick with them. The one that's up there by default now is Roboto, I believe. They all look a lot alike to me. Anyway, we're just going to go with the one. This is a good one too, PT Serif. I like the one that was there. Alright, just forget that. We can go back in here. Roboto, we'll leave it as is. We're just going to up the weight of it. So for the weight, the higher the number, the thicker the font. It's like a boldness factor. So if you chose 900, see how it bolds up here? see if I can move this. I can't. Okay, so just keep an eye on this text here. I'll change it back to, say, a 100, and it goes right skinny, look. So change it up to a 900, and it's nice and bold, and that's what we're going to go with. Okay, so right here is where we want it to say volunteer. Okay, so I'm going to go into this. I'm going to change the name of this layer first of all, so that I know at a glance what layers I'm dealing with. Don't try to drag it because it won't work for you. I do it all the time, and just trying to highlight what's in there, and then it drags the layer, and then it screws me right up. So just double click on it. It'll highlight it by default. We'll call it volunteer. Doesn't matter if it's capital. You're the only one that's going to see it. It's just for your own purpose so that you know what's in that particular layer. Okay, volunteer. Now you go into the layer, you can edit the text. So you click on the little pencil next to it, and it'll open it up for you. So right now it says volunteer default text. We want it to say volunteer. And we want it to be all capitals, so cap lock it. V-O-L-U-N-T-E-E-R. Now it's a bit big, so we can play around with this. We can change it back to say 200. That's pretty good there. Now we want to put a little bit of a curve on it. So right in here is your text curve button. You click on that. You can enable the curve. Okay, so you can change the curve radius. You don't want it too much. I think it looks pretty good here. Okay, so we can move that down a little tiny bit. And this also gives you a pink line when you get it dead center. Because if you have snap turned on, show grid and snap, if you turn that off, you won't get that pink line. I like to have that on because it helps you line things up a lot better. Okay, volunteer, fire department. Now, the next thing we're going to add is another text layer very similar to this one, except that the customer can edit it. Okay? So we'll go back, we'll duplicate this layer. This one is called town name. Okay. You can't really see it because it's exactly over the top of this. But when we click on it, we can haul it up here. We have that one curved too. We're going to have to modify the curve on that. But before we do that, we're going to go in here. Default text. Just put in town name. This the customer will see. Okay, town name. The next option you got here is auto scale when the text is too long. So that's definitely an option that you need to have checked on. Because if you've got a great big long name, like our town's name is Humber Arms South, so if they type in Humber Arms South, just watch what happens. Let's take this auto scale off. See, it goes over the edges of the allowable surface area for this design. So you don't want to do that. You don't want their text of their town name to be cut off. So what you got to do is you got to click on auto scale when text is too long, and you can set the container's max width. Now the whole entire width of this design is 1500. So I'm thinking like a 1300. Okay. So you say that text looks kind of small. Yeah, it is, but if you put in a little tiny name like, what's the town name? Say Halifax. See, that shows you the actual size. But once you get to the edge of this container, it'll gradually make the text smaller to fit in that container. So Halifax, let's just keep adding characters to it. We'll add W's because they're nice and big. So we're not outside the limits yet. Not outside the limits yet. So now we're outside the limits. It got a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller, like that. And we don't have any limit put on the amount of characters that you can put in there, so it's going to keep on getting smaller. But in all honesty, a town's name is not really all that long. I'm sure there are towns names that are long, but they're going to have to get smaller if they want them to all fit on here. I could make this volunteer a little bit smaller. I'll probably do that so that if it is a great big long name that it won't be. I'm just going to play with it. Cumber South. Okay, so the default size of this text is 200, and if it's a short name it'll show up as 200. If it goes past the bounds it won't be a 200. So that one's that. So we want this to be editable. We don't want to enable text background. We don't want to share with another layer. We're going to leave this as is, 1300. Personalization settings. Enable personalization. Yes, we want them to be able to enable the personalization. So right here, as soon as we clicked enable personalization, it brought up this little box for us. Just watch what happens when I turn this off. No personalization. That'll disappear. So that's not a customizable option. So we're going to just enable that and it shows up again. So add a toggle to show or hide this layer. No, we don't want that. That's something that they have to fill in. Right to left text. No, can't think of an instance where you need to do that. Option title. So that is going to be called town name. Oops. Town name. Placeholder text. Just type in town name again. And that's what's going to show up on the product page when the customer's filling out the options that they want to order. Okay. I love this because as they're typing it in, it shows up right up on their product. And it's very enticing for them to buy. So that's why I love this business. So a few more options here. All characters gives you the option between all characters, only numbers, and date picker. So you can't set it so that it's just letters. Okay, you got to enable all characters if you want letters. I thought they should have an option with just A to Z, but they don't. We're going to choose all uppercase. Text character limit. So how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 16. I think beyond 25 it'll be way too small. So I'm going to put in 25 in the rare instance that there might be a town with a name of 25 characters or longer. So enable prefix suffix, no. Allow customers to change the text color, no, not for this particular design. Some designs that would be appropriate, but not for this one. Allow customers to change the font, nope, not this time. Mark this option as required, yes. Yeah, we definitely want to have that option marked as required. Show customization data on cart or checkout, yes. So when they put their order in, we can see at a glance what they had put in here for town name. And I said I was going to make this a little smaller, correct? Yes, I did. Okay, so we'll go back. That one's all set up now. Now you can type in here if you want, but it's not going to show up. It only works in the preview on the campaign page. So this volunteer, I'm going to make this, say 150. Yeah, that looks fine. Maybe just a little bit smaller. Maybe 125. That way, if it's a really small text because of a long name, it won't look as odd. Like you don't want volunteer to be larger than the text or much larger. In some cases, if it's 25 characters, it might be a bit larger. Okay, so we're going to move this down, this town name. We're going to move it down just a wee bit. Okay. Okay. So the next thing we want to set up is proud member of the. Okay. Just above this. And that's going to be text that's not editable. So I'm just going to copy volunteer here. I'm going to copy this layer. I'm going to haul it up here. I'm going to take this curve off of it by changing this box. Enable curve is going to be turned off. I want to change the weight of this font. I don't want it to be as bold. So we'll change it from, say, to a 700. I don't know. Still a little bold. Let's try 500. There, not so bold. Okay. Still a bit big though. I'm going to make it like 90. There, I like that. Alright, so to change the text in this box, you go in here. And the default text is proud member. Okay, that's that one. We're going to double click. It's not, this layer shouldn't be called volunteer copy. It should just be called proud member. Alright. So we're going to duplicate that one. We're going to drag it down. So the only thing we have to change in here is the name of it, which is going to be of the. Okay. And we're going to go into our little pencil here to edit this text. And we're going to say of the. There. That's that much set up. Okay, so there's only one more thing that we have to add to this design now, and that's the person's name at the bottom. So I'm just going to snag this layer, proud member. Or actually, we want it customizable, don't we? Yes, we do. Snag Humber Arm South. Let's change. Let's just grab the town name layer, and we'll duplicate that. We'll drag it down here. We want to change the color. We want it to be black. So the hex code for black is 000, 000, not O. It won't work like that. 000000. Okay. So now we got black text. Now we get rid of this curve by just going into your text curve and turning this toggle off, and we have black straight text. So that is customizable. We're going to go in here and we're going to call it firefighter name. And we're going to go into the options in here. Fine tuning this is the most time consuming part, because you have to make sure that all your little, like right here, because it was copied, it comes up with town name instead of firefighter name. So you have to go in here under your personalization settings. Everything should stay the same except the option title is firefighter name. And placeholder text should also be firefighter name. Okay. So this is shown as a 200. We need this to show as, say, 150. Because you see, that's how wide it would be if it was actually letting it be 150 point text. But because we got the 1300 thing going on here, it's only letting this text go as far as 1300. If we turn this off, see, it goes right to these edges. So we don't want that. We want to bring it down to a point where it's just slightly in from the edges. So 150, let's try 125. Okay, that looks pretty good. So by default, if they type in a name that's no longer than this, we don't want it to say Humber Arm South as our default. We want it to say volunteer, actually firefighter name. Okay. So we are going to set it up with auto scale, because we don't want it, if they type in something that's longer than this, we don't want it to go beyond the edges or too close to the edge either. So auto scale, and we want it to be 1300. It gives you a faint blue outline of the maximum width that this text can be. Okay. So, and for text character limit, we're going to go with a 15. I don't think anybody's name, well, I'm sure there are names longer than 15, but I don't think we're going to need to bother with that. 15 is good. So when they get higher than 15 characters, it's not going to let them type in anymore. Okay, so that's our design. We have all of our labels put correctly, town name and firefighter name, because that's the only two editable options on this. Okay, so now that that's all good, we're going to hit save. Waiting for a preview here. Oh, it should be still good. Okay, so let's go back into product base. No, we're going to go into campaigns. We're going to set up a new campaign. So I already have a campaign set up in here. I'm just going to go in here and show you. It's unpublished. I have it set up. You see how the design I had before goes down into the base of the keychain and stuff. And we have it set up so that you click on the different option between the dog tag and the keychain, and it brings up the appropriate markup. Okay. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so we'll get out of this. We don't want to be in here. Campaigns. We want a new campaign. Click new campaign. Campaign title is volunteer, firefighter. Volunteer firefighter dog tag necklace. Or put a slash in here. Keychain. Okay, so we're going to hit save. So the next thing you need to do is you need to add in the products that you want in your campaign. So we're going to click on this. And our 4 products that we want are the 4 top ones. You see how I had it set up before? Exactly the same. So I'm just going to start with the one that I want to show up first, which is the military chain silver. Okay, I'm going to do one by one. So you see where I put compare at prices $54.99 is showing up as savings of $10. So we'll click select artwork. We want this artwork. So this shouldn't happen what was happening before, because on this artwork this is up a little bit higher. The designs are slightly different, not too bad. Now, with these markups, I don't know why they have them set up like that. I don't really like it myself, but it's very easy to fix. So when you get this added to your campaign, you just go in here in your markup and you click on the little pencil. So the way these markups are set up, you have your base markup, and then you have 2 layers. So if I just turn these layers off, you see what you're starting out with. Okay, so let's just turn on our print area. So for some reason it's giving me a square print area. I don't know why that is. It must be the way they have it set up in SHINEON. So if I select this, I can drag it, but I can also just drag it in. So what you got to do is make it to the size that it's going to fit in this transparent area. There. Okay. So I think that looks pretty good there. So if I save that like that, you're going to get a mock-up with these corners and everything on it. So they have another layer added, and it's exactly the same as the initial. Exactly. I'm getting some orders come in there. Exactly the same as the initial mock-up, only it goes over top of the print area. So if you turn the visibility on that, see how it hides it for you? Okay, so we're going to hit save on that. And that's how your necklace is going to look. It looks pretty good, I think. So now it says Humber Arm South. I'm going to change that in the artwork. I don't want to say that by default. I want it to say town name. We're going to call this Summerside. Or Pasadena, or Buena Vista, volunteer fire department. Firefighter name we can put in there as Joe Brown or Michael. Well, how many characters did I say they could have? 15. I should put that up a little higher because they might want to put their last name in there. So that's two things I got to do. I got to change name up the town, and I got to change length of firefighter name. Yeah, I should put that up to a 25 because if his name is Michael Anderson, it won't let me put the last character in there. So that got to be fixed. But we'll leave it as is for now, and when we get all these mock-ups set up, we'll go in and we'll fix that up before we publish it to my Shopify store. Okay. So that's the first one. So we're going to add another product. The next product we're going to add is the chain, the gold chain. And we got the same thing going on here. We got to add the artwork in here. Select artwork. Click the artwork that you want for it. And they have that done too. I don't understand. I tried to fix it, but I'm not sure how to do it. So you just click on your little pencil. Let's see. Our default print area. You don't have to turn the top layer off if you don't want. You can just drag this, keep dragging it until you get it to about the right size, and just reposition. Okay, so it's position good on the top and the left. We just want to drag it out a bit on the right now, so that it covers up all that transparent area. There. I think that's good. Maybe just there. Okay, so we hit save on that one. Okay, that's really pretty. Shows the price on that as well, $64.99, $74.99. Alright, so we gotta start adding our dog tags. Now I'll start with the silver dog tag. Steel actually. Dog tag with swivel keychain. So we'll go in here, we'll add that, select our artwork, which is the same one again. And they have this done as well. Again. So you see that you have more than one mock-up down here. I kind of like this one. So I'm just going to delete the rest. You do that just by hitting the X. Remove the rest that you don't want. Remove. Remove. This is the one that I want here, so we can get rid of the rest. Okay, so if we go in and edit on this one now, this one is a little bit different. So I'm just going to zoom this out a little bit so that you can see better. So they have this one really squished because they enable this perspective on this print area. So if I take the top image layer visibility off, you can see this is the shape they set up for this. I'm just going to click on the print area and I'm going to go in and say edit perspective. So it gives you 4 little corner points. So you drag those to wherever you need them to be so that this fills in this area. So I'm going to start with this one, and I want this one to be roughly the same as this edge here and roughly the same as the top. So if I drag it here down a little bit, it's good. So now you grab your other point and you do the same. You want it stretched out, but you want it kind of level. And this is one you're going to have to play with a little bit. So you drag that out. We're going to have to fix this. Okay. So you want it covering all that transparent area. But you don't want too much out over the edge because that'll cut off your design. So that looks pretty good to me, I think. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we will turn the visibility back on that top image layer, and looks a bit good. This one looks up a little bit higher, so I'm going to drag that down a tiny bit, just to straighten it up a bit. And other than that, I think it looks great. Okay, so now I'm going to hit done on my perspective mode, and I'll hit save, and it looks friggin' awesome. Lovely, I love it. Okay, so we got one more product to add, and that's the gold keychain. Dog tag with swivel keychain in the gold. And again, select your artwork. And again, they got it all messed up. And again, I want this one. I want it nice and big so the customer can see really big the detail of the product. So yeah, we'll just start deleting these. Remove, remove, remove. You can leave as many as you want in there, but I don't really want to set all those up. We're just going to get rid of these here. So we only got the one. Okay, so we're going to go in and edit this one. Exactly the same procedure as we just did. Alright, I'm going to turn this off. Maybe I'll just leave this on. And I'll just select my print area. Edit perspective. Drag it around until it looks right. And I have to zoom out because it's too big to get at the bottom corner. Edit perspectives. Everything looks fairly straight here. I think it looks pretty good. We'll go with that. We'll say done for edit perspective, and we'll hit save. Absolutely beautiful. I love it. I'm so fascinated with this stuff, how it can be just updated on the fly like this. Let's see. Toronto. I don't think Toronto has a volunteer flyer department, but let's see. Let's say, what's a good place? Badger. Badger's a town here in Newfoundland. Let's say Port aux Basques. I don't think they got a volunteer fire department, but Port aux Basques volunteer fire department. Yep, that looks pretty good. Firefighter name is Stephen Willoughby. And that's as much as going to let us type because we need to go in and up the character count on the field. I'm thinking that maybe I could have volunteer toggled on or off so that it could be either or. I could do that, or I could have a separate artwork. I could do a separate artwork for a different variation so that the name is down further. I could do that. I'm not getting into that today. That'll be a video for another time. I'm trying to set this up now so that I can come on here and do a live every single day from now until the 1st of October. That's my plan and that's my goal. And every day create 1 or 2 new print-on-demand products that I can add to my store. If I can do that, that would be so great, because then I would end up with lots of beautiful products for print-on-demand for my store, and I would have learned so much, and I would have helped other people learn as much as well. And that's what this channel is all about, is helping people learn how to figure out this stuff. I really enjoy sharing what I've learned. Okay, so that is our product set up in our campaign. So there's a couple more little things that we need to do. If we hit preview on this, it kind of gives us just the same picture. We'll close the preview. Close the preview. Now we're going to go back into our artwork because I want to fix those couple little things. Edit our artwork. For this, our default should be town name. Oop. Default should be town name. Okay, that one's good. And firefighter name we have to edit because we have to allow them to put more than 15 characters in there. I'm going to change it to 25. Hopefully 25 will be enough. Okay. And we'll go back and we'll save that. So we're going to go in and test that now in our campaign. Volunteer firefighter dog tag necklace. Yep, town name. So now we can put in port. Oops. East. Now that still looks pretty good. That's quite a long name and it looks pretty good. Okay. And for firefighter name, what did I say before? Stephen Willowday. There, fits perfectly. That's great. I think it looks lovely. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking. Okay, so if we go into the different options here, we can, I'm just testing them out now, make sure they all work. So that'll let me go up to 25 characters. That's what 25 characters would look like. It's small, but it's not too small. Yep, I love it. Dog tag, let's see, Marystown. Okay, firefighter name, just make up a name. That's 25 characters. So that looks pretty good, big or small, up to 25 characters. You can go with 4 characters. So let's say his name is Rick. That looks pretty good. Or you can go with the 25 characters or the first name, last name, or whatever. Alrighty. So that's that. I'm not ready to publish yet because I don't have any descriptions. So for our military chain silver, I'm going to go back into the Shopify app and get the descriptions that they have. Military chain silver and gold. So I'm just going to take this out. So this is the description they have for the military dog tag. Purchase this bestseller and we guarantee it will exceed your highest expectations. Our patent pending jewelry is made of high quality surgical steel with an 18-karat gold finish option. Our jewelry is personalized in the U.S. by awesome working moms just like yours. We hire and train working mothers and pay a living wage. We are proud to support strong communities and keep jobs in America. Now, I'm in Canada, so the patriotic thing on that probably wouldn't be as high in Canada. So I'll have to reword that somehow. So I'm just going to grab all this. And it also says about the engraving option. Now with the TEEINBLUE, I don't know how to set up so that they can add the engraving upsell. So I'm just going to not give that as an option right now. I'm going to hit Control C and I'm going to go back into, let's see, go to the product base. And this is for the military chains. This is the same description for the gold and the silver. So I'm going to paste that in there, and we can format it however we want. Purchase this bestseller and we guarantee it will exceed your highest expectations. Okay, those little arrows there, I'm not really fussy on them, but I'll leave them there. Okay, so the only thing I want to take out is about the engraving. Engraving, we offer a 100% happiness guarantee that can stay. If the custom engraving option is available, engrave onto the back of the pendant your loved one's name, wedding date, anniversary, or anything else you want remembered, and keep close to your heart. Okay, so we can take that bit out because we're not offering engraving. If you figure it out, I'd love to hear it in the comments of this video if you figure out how to do that. Okay, each personalized piece offers exceptional craftsmanship that is fit to be an instant classic in your family. Okay, so I need to modify this. Say, our jewelry is personalized in the USA by awesome working moms just like yours. Okay, I'm going to just take that out. This jewelry item is a perfect keepsake, whether for yourself or a loved one. I'm not going to put anything in there about firefighters because now that I have this all set up, I can reuse this for hairdressers or mechanics or fishermen or whatever. So I'm not putting anything in here except for the details about the product, not the design. Anything to do with the design has to go on the description in addition to this on the product page. Okay, so I'm going to copy this because this has to go on to the gold version as well. This is the military chain silver. Copy. Okay, I got it copied. I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to go back to the products. And I'm going to the military chain gold. Right click. And hit paste. And it puts that description in there for that product as well. So you just hit save there. Okay, so these are all set up now so that when a customer buys them, as long as SHINEON can charge your credit card, it'll go ahead and make these products. There's a bit of a delay there. I can't really remember 100% what it is. It's a few hours, or I think you can set it to 1 day or a couple hours, just in case the customer has any changes or needs to, probably might want to cancel or needs to change something or made an error or whatever. But I always advise you to check it over and check their text over. If you're getting hundreds and hundreds of orders now, you probably can't do that, but I put a little clause in there as well. Please verify your design before submitting your order because it's made to order and we can't do them over if you put a mistake in there. Okay, so that's the description for the chains. Now we'll get the description for the keychains. So accessories, keychains. This is the one we were going with. Okay. So this is the description for the, it doesn't, oh yes it does, it gives the product dimensions and stuff here. So we're just going to select all this and copy it. And I'm going to go back into, where am I going? I'm going to go back in here under products. Now we're going to do this for the dog tags as well. We're going to update the description. So I have it copied. I'm just going to click in here and hit Control V. Purchase this bestseller, blah, 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 blah. Our patent pending jewelry is made of high quality surgical steel with an 18 karat gold finish option. Pendants personalized in. Now this makes more sense. I just need to take this out about we are proud to support strong communities, keep jobs in America. Because we're in Canada. Anybody in America, by all means, because anything you can do to capture the customer's attention, and that's something that a lot of people would appreciate. This quality graphic dog tag keychain is perfect keepsake, whether for yourself or a loved one. If the custom engraving option, okay, we're going to take that out. The custom engraving option. Delete. Each personalized piece offers exceptional craftsmanship and is fit to be an instant classic in your family. We offer a 100% happiness guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with your purchase for any reason, please contact us and we will make it right. Your satisfaction is our ultimate goal. Product dimensions: swivel attachment keychain, keyring diameter 1.1 inches, dog tag pendant 1.1 by 2 inches. Okay, so that's good there. So I'm going to highlight all this now and copy it so I can put it on the other dog tag product as well. Copy. Do it again, make sure. So this is the gold one. I have to put this, I'll save this now and I'll put it on the silver keychain as well. And then I think we'll be ready to publish. Okay, so back to products. This is the one. Nope. Military chain. What are we doing here? Okay, so that's all saved. So I'm going to go back into this campaign now. Okay, volunteer firefighter. I'm just checking everything over now to make sure it's right before I publish it. Because once you publish, it's a little harder to change things. Always be very careful before you publish. Make sure that this title is correct because it's hard to change. You're going to have to delete it all and publish it again, or you're going to have to download an Excel spreadsheet and fix it in there. And you really don't want to be going at that. Okay. Looks good to me. So this got the description for the necklace. Yep. Military chain gold. Description for necklace. Yep. Dog tag with swivel keychain. Yep. And dog tag with swivel keychain. That's perfect. Okay, so let's just make sure our variants are assigned here. Select variant. Save. That should be already done anyway. I'm just going to make sure. I think it's automatic if there's only one variant. Okay. Learning this was a real challenge for me. It all looked like mumbo jumbo when I started, but the more you do it, the more it makes sense to you and the easier it gets. TEEINBLUE has a trial, not a trial, I don't think it's called a trial, but if you get less than 20 orders per month, you don't have to pay for it. After 20 orders a month, it goes up to 50 orders, I think, and I think it's like $20 for the month. But if you're getting 50 orders, you can well afford to pay 20 bucks a month if you get 50 orders. And there's a couple different plans. The higher your order level, the more you have to pay. But if you're getting 500 bucks a month, 500 orders a month, no problem. I pay it with a heart and a half. Alrighty, so we're ready to launch this product now. So I'm going to hit launch. Publishing campaign, volunteer fire department. Okay, so we can leave TEEINBLUE portal open. We just go back here and I'm going to say products. These are all my bingo bags and stuff. I'm currently out of supplies for bingo bags because I do these myself. They're all sublimation. I'm out of them right now. So I got them marked as sold out right now. So I'm going to go in here under create it and newest first. Okay, so I have a few test pieces that I did here. I don't have them assigned to any menu items so nobody can find them. So for our volunteer firefighter dog tag necklace keychain, we're going to go in here for a look. And it's showing as active. So for collections, we want to add this to our jewelry collection. Oops. Okay, so that's in our jewelry collection right now. tags. Oh, that does not look right. That does not look right to me. That does not look right to me. What happened there, I wonder? Oh, shit. No, it's not right. Good Lord. So, that is out to lunch. Now, that never happened to me before. It's a good thing that it did while I'm here on this live, because I got to figure out how to fix this now. These are the way they're supposed to look. That's so odd. Let's go back in here. Image layer. I don't know what to do with this. I'm going to have to start over. I'm going to have to start over. I'm going to update this again. Mockups are still publishing. Maybe they're not all published yet. Maybe that's why. Okay. Next. Let's go preview and see how it looks on the actual store. This is live in my store now. I need to, oh, it looks perfect. Perfect. It fixed itself. Okay. So town name, Twillingate. Haha, see it update? I love that. Firefighter name, Donald Duck Esquire. Haha. What a great gift for somebody. Okay, let's check the other variants as well. Military keychain. Perfect. Gold, silver, dog tag in steel. Oh, that, yep, okay. That looks perfect. And dog tag in gold. I don't like that delay on it. It's probably just my internet because I got some garbage internet. So let's try a couple of different names. What's a good name? A nice long one. Grand Falls. Windsor. Okay, yeah. It's not too much smaller than where it says volunteer. Grand Falls, Windsor would have a paid fire department because it's a larger town, but Labrador City. Okay. Firefighter name, Emmanuel Wilkinson. Okay. Now that needs to be adjusted because we're over to right to our edge and we're only at 19 characters. If we put in another 6 characters, something getting cut off. Now it won't be cut off on our design, it's just cut off on our... Hi there, Tech. Yes, we are live. How are you today? So this is just on our mock-up. This wouldn't be on our design, but because the mock-up is very close to what it's going to look like when we get it sent to the print provider, we need to make sure that it looks perfectly okay. So I'll try that on the rest of them as well. It might only just be the alignment that I put that mock-up on. Let's see. Try a nice long name on this one as well. Yeah, that one's fine. It's just the alignment that I did the mock-up on. I'll have to fix that. I'll show you how to do that now in just a sec. Let's try it on the other one as well. That one got a big long name in there as well, and that looks fine. And that one as well. It's just this, the gold keychain. So I'm going to go back into TEEINBLUE, into gold keychain. Uh, this one. I'm going to try it in here and see what happens. Yeah, it's cut off here. So I'm going to go in here and adjust this. So get my print area. Let's zoom out a little bit. And I'm going to edit the perspective. I got the perspective over too far to the right, and that's why it's getting cut off. So I need to bring that in a little bit. I bet you it won't do that now. How far in can I go with it? I don't want to go too, oh, that's too far. Okay, I think about right here should be good. We shouldn't be having that problem now. I'm going to save this. Okay, I saved that. Now it doesn't do it. It's been updated and it doesn't do it. So I'm going to hit update, and that's going to update my product in my store. So it's updating the product in my Shopify store. So we'll give that a minute. We'll go back here and we'll refresh this page. Now, when we refresh it, it takes a minute for it to, because it's still publishing the markup. So we'll give that a minute now. Might need to refresh it again. I'll refresh until it comes up there. So we go into the other one here. Let's see. Just going to refresh this again. Yep, it's good there now. So I'll take this out. I can put any name I want in here, any characters. And it's not going to overrun the edge. Looks great. So hope if you watched this video that you got something out of it. It's really incredible how much stuff you can do, and you can really make a lot of money with this stuff. I haven't really put my mind to it, but I am on it right now. I'm working from home. I do all my own work, all my own designs. There's so many beautiful products. SHINEON just came out with these acrylic designs. One is just a rectangle that sits in a lighted base or a wooden base, and there's also a puzzle and a heart, and people are doing amazing things with them. Great profits to be made with them. So this is my first in my series of 100 videos that I'm about to try to do to add new print-on-demand products to my Shopify store. So I want to get this store stocked up before Christmas so that I can make a ton of money and I can spend all my time doing creative work on YouTube and showing people how to do things, as well as learning how to do new things myself and get better at what I do, and therefore make more money, and the cycle will continue like that, hopefully. I really love the print-on-demand things. So I invite you to subscribe to my page, and hopefully you'll click the little place where you can be notified when I put up a new live, because I plan on doing quite a lot of them. And by this time, beginning of September, I should have a well-stocked store. So thanks for joining us today. Love to hear a comment. I'd love to see a link or a video of things that you've done with TEEINBLUE and print-on-demand products. It's not only SHINEON that I'm going to be dealing with. I'm going to be also dealing with Printify. There's another one called, let's see, TEEINBLUE. Let's go into the product base. I was playing around with this. I have a laser engraver, and I was doing this moose design out of wood and gluing them together and stuff. But My laser engraver is at a different location from where I am right now, so I haven't really had the chance to do it. So let's see, import product. So there's a place here called Printway. You know, they're based in Asia, but they do have some beautiful looking products. The product that I was most interested in is the custom cut metal sign. You can get do custom cut metal signs up to, I think, 24 inches by 24 inches, and it's on like 1mm stock. So that could be potentially be a cash cow as well, if you can get the right designs in the right market, as with anything, of course. They have some great looking products here. The shipping is a little bit high, I find, but they got phone cases. Let's see. They got blankets, jackets, photo frames. They got rugs. I know they got rugs. They got curtains. So anything that you want to design, you can get it done. And it's all pretty much the same process. Car ornament. What else do you got in here? Bathroom set. Slippers, hoodies, laundry baskets, sneakers. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Rug. I'm going to be doing some rugs later on too. Yeah, they got lots of different things. So again, I'll be trying to do a video every day, and if you feel like that you might learn something, please drop by again. And have a great day. Appreciate you coming by.